Great morning, you guys. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. While you guys are coming in, I'm going to go ahead and share. Great morning. Great morning. Great morning. Great morning, you guys. Here we go. There we go. Let me go ahead and share. Hey, you guys, let me know who's here and where you're tuning in from. Who's here and where you are tuning in from. While y'all are doing that, I'm going to go ahead and share. All right. Hey, Mike. Hey, Christina. Great day, Corey. New York in the building. Oh, my goodness. Does that say gas house? I can't read that. How you doing? How you doing? Y'all come on in. Come on in. Oh, that should have been gas Gastonia, Gaston. I can't remember which one it is, right? Yes, my baby. Yes. Shared from the bed. Yes. Listen, you guys. Listen, 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 Linda. Listen. Look, I need to be alive. If y'all saw my post, you know I've been up really since about 1 o'clock this morning. Like I was up and I dozed off on the couch, but I woke up about 1. And so I've been up since 1, dealing with some little ones. Uh-huh. Yes. Oh, the gas house in Gastonia. Yeah, soon the PC house, baby. He's talking about, hey, me. Listen, I got my live and I'm going to need it. I'm going to need every bit of it. I'm going to need a double dose. I'm just going to tell y'all now, I'm going to need a double dose this morning because these girls, honey, listen, they have had me going already this morning. Listen, so you get your alive out. If you don't have any, you need to get in touch with me so that I can help you get you some. You're going to want some alive in your life. You want to shake it up. Ooh, ooh, shake it up. Shake it up, pour it up, drink it up, honey. That's what we do with our alive. Come on. Baby, I need this, honey. Listen, I already drank my coffee. Listen, look, I've been up for a while. Mike said, yes, sir. Hey, Rev. So look, here's 2. Y'all ready? Here's 2. Here's 2. God already having it all set up specifically for you. Cheers. Now, babe, I don't know if you can get away or not, because I know the girls got you kind of hemmed up. But just in case you can't get away, girl, it's a good thing I was already up, okay? I was already up, but I was up doing something. So that was not my plan. My intention was not to be dealing with them at that time of the morning. That was not my intention. My intention was to take that time and be able to knock some stuff out. And I had knocked some stuff out, but I still had more that I was trying to do. Baby, honey, they just put a whole damper on it. But I'm going to go ahead and take this shot in case you can't come yet. And then I'm going to pour yours. Okay. Need all that. Okay, baby, I got you poured up. So listen, Listen, whew, thank you, God. God is so faithful and so consistent in his faithfulness. I find myself in a place where I find myself more and more grateful every single day. Just grateful for who he is in my life, grateful for how he moves in my life, grateful that I am free to move with him, that I'm free to move with God. Listen, look, babe. I needed it. I needed it. Now I'm trying to leave yours sitting over here, but baby, if you don't come on, honey, yours might be drunk too. Okay, I'm just telling you. Great morning, April. Thank you for sharing. I'm alive over here, but I need to be alive because these two toddlers got me going. And Miss Maddie is in full-blown panty status today. Oh no, there ain't no pull up, baby. Oh no, you got some panties on. Oh, you finna be wet if you pee on yourself, baby. Listen, we going to the bathroom. You too grown. You too grown. You too grown not to go to the bathroom. Too grown. Hey, Andrea. Good to see you. Philly in the house. Sir, you is so fine. Oh, I'm going to need you to hurry up and drink your shot because
I'm too tired to be fine.
Oh, no, you fine now. Oh, you fine. Ooh, you felt that, didn't you? In your sha-na-na?
If I get Brooklyn to go to sleep, because Manny already gone.
Okay. April talking about, and my see, this is what black people do. They bring up old stuff, right? They bring up old stuff. Now, I done moved on from yesterday. It's a new day, brand new mercies. I done moved on, and she want to bring up old stuff. Now, the petty in me want to tell her, yeah, you still fired. You wasn't fired, but you fired again just because you brought it up. But I'm not going to be petty because God gives us brand new mercies, and I'm giving brand new mercies too. April, no, you are not fired. You still have your position, okay? Hey, Jackie, North Carolina's in the building. Yes, Andrea said, good morning, baby. He done moved to the next room. Okay. All right. So let me talk about this free to move with God. Look, let me tell you something. What will happen in your life is you will find yourself encumbered by people, places, and things in a way that prevents you from moving freely with God. Let me say that again. You will find yourself encumbered, weighed down, tied up by people, places, and things that prevent you from freely moving with God. And when you find that to be the case, you need to readjust yourself. You've got to adjust yourself because what? Listen, he is our first love. He's got to be our first priority. As much as I love my husband, I love God more. As much as I want to please my husband, I want to please God more. You've got to get to the place where God is your ultimate focus, right? Everything else has to line up and fall up under him. The spouse, the kids, the church, your business, everything else has to fall up under him, but he has got to be at the top of the list, the top of the stack. He's got to be your primary concern and your primary focus. The word of God says it like this: seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and its righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. Listen, we got to worry about first things first. Angel number 111. We got to worry about first things first. God wants us to be in a position where we can move freely with him. He wants us to be there. Now, many of us are not there, right? Because we're so busy trying to take care of everything else that we lose sight of what's most important. Let me look up angel number 111. Y'all know that's one that we often get. Angel number 111 encourages individuals to seek guidance from their guardian angels to achieve their life's purpose and make a positive impact on the world. Your God-given focus, your God-given purpose. It could be a sign that new opportunities are on the way or that this is the start of a new beginning. Ooh, it signifies confidence within yourself and motivates your own strength and decision-making when opportunities are sent your way. It's a symbol of prosperity, good fortune, abundance, and growth. Y'all, we gotta grow. This is a sign that opportunities are close. Hold on. And keeping you, hold on. Hold on. Mm. Oh. Angel number 111 refers to new cycles and guidance. Although new cycles may seem scary, you can see it as turning the page in the great novel that is your life. A fresh start while still being supported and held by all the lessons and knowledge you have carried up to this point. This new cycle or beginning is also supported by your guardian angels, and they always seek the best for you. The symbolic meaning of this powerful number can be anything from new opportunities to a new job, to a new phase, or a new life path that is calling you. Seeing this number should be taken as a delicious dose of faith that the future is burning bright and your manifestation powers are making an all-time high. Listen, go forward. Great morning, Lisa. Hey, Eveline. April talking about grace and mercy. Hallelujah. Girl, sit down. My baby said, come on, opportunity. Thank you for sharing, Lisa. Hey, Kareen, how are you this morning? Angel number 111 still up there. Listen, I need y'all to understand this. Oh, it shifted. Things have shifted. What you gonna do with it? Things have shifted. What are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with the shifts that have occurred in your life? What are you going to do with it? Are you going to move with it? Are you going to hide from it? Are you going to try to stay the same even though a shift has taken place? Will you miss this move or will you move in it? I'm moving in it. Like I'm riding the wave. I'm riding the wave. Surfboard. I'm riding the wave. I got to, y'all. And how fitting. So, y'all, let me tell y'all what happened. So yesterday, now y'all know what I told y'all yesterday morning, right? Okay. So yesterday I get an email, right? I get an email and the email says late grades, right? And my grades were late because they want you to have things graded in 24 to 48 hours. I'm not gonna be able to do that. Okay. So it was talking about, we've talked about this before. I know that I've addressed this. You have. You did. You said something. I heard you. I was real clear. And then it was like, well, you need to have these grades in by close of business today. I got the email at 3:00. Y'all, what time is close of business? 5:00 Eastern. I got the email at 3:00 Central, which is 4:00 Eastern. Who finna do that? No, I'm not gonna be able to do that. So it just provided for me the confirmation of my decision. That's all it did. It provided me the confirmation of my decision. And so I responded, I appreciate your concern and I understand them. After much deliberation, I've decided that I'm not going to be able to continue. Thank you for the incredible opportunity. I wish you nothing but the best in dealing with the amazing students at this institution because the students are amazing and it is a great institution, right? This is one of my challenges with online education is that it requires some things from me that, I struggle to give, because once I get stressed out, then I'm shut down. I can't focus, I can't think, I can't do anything. Then I start getting sick. I can't do that. I'm not willing to do that. I could do it if I chose to. I choose not to. And so, yeah, yeah. And so then we, exchanged a few emails. But at the end of the day, I'm just like, I'm not getting ready to let any of you all stress me out. I'm going to do what I do as it relates to these students, because my students never suffer if I'm off, if I'm late, I don't make my students suffer. I'm always going to make sure my students are taken care of. Like, they're always going to be good. But I understand it's a business. Those are their rules. That's what they, say. That's what they want. That's what they need. And they have every right to want that and to articulate that for those who are in their employ. I just am not going to be able to do it. With much deliberation. I think I said with great deliberation. After great deliberation, I have decided that I'm unable to continue my employment. With all the things that are going on in my life and my career, it is just not possible for me at this time. But I thank you so much for the opportunity. And I do. You all listen, I am in the place where, I don't mind cutting off. Right? I don't mind cutting off. I don't mind cutting people off. I don't mind cutting opportunities off. I don't mind. I don't mind. The most valuable thing in my life is my peace. The most valuable thing in my life is my peace. And peace only comes for me when I'm in alignment with God's will for my life. And God did what he was going to do with that position. Like, it's helped us, it's done what it was supposed to do. And now it's time for me to do some other things, because now it's working in the opposite direction. And he ain't got time for me to be out like that, because he ain't got time for me to shut down. Because if I shut down, I'm gonna shut down on everything. And I ain't got time for that. Like, okay, listen, we've done this, you've done it. Okay, great. It did what, I needed it to do for you. Now I need you to go on and trust me. And then, do y'all remember that I told y'all that over the next 10 days, God was going to do stuff that was going to absolutely blow your mind? Okay. So I made this decision, and then, I sent my email telling them, and then check this out. My husband comes in the house and he says, babe, I made a phone call. I'm like, okay. Yeah, I made a phone call and I told them to come and get everything in the yard. I told them, come get all of it. So my husband, one of the things that he started doing after he retired from the military was scrapping, right? So he has a lot of stuff that, he breaks down and he goes and he sells the metal, like whatever he's selling that day. I don't know. Listen, copper, stuff like that, right? So, and he does pretty good doing it. Like, it's just extra money, hey, I ain't mad, right? So, but it means that there's a lot of stuff. Like, there's a lot of stuff. He ends up with a lot of stuff. So he said, I called and I told him to come get everything, including the trailer. I said, you get rid of the trailer too? He was like, yeah, babe, everything. Whole yard cleared out. I said, everything? He was like, yeah. I said, God, oh, you working, God, you working. Now, that was the thing that we had, he had said that he was going to do that was the move that we were making. We were going all in on this business, that, that was going to be our focus. My baby said, I need you to come get all of it this week. What? What, God? So I'm leaving the university. He's leaving scrapping. Oh, it's about to be on and popping. Look, let me tell y'all something. There's something powerful about one person being in the flow, right? Being in alignment with God. But when you're a couple and both of you get in alignment with God, I'm talking about this man. Listen, he want to know where everything coming from. He want to be able to, just make a quick couple of $100 for whatever we need to do or whatever. Listen, he want to be able to do that. But he told that man, come and get all of it. All the stuff. Everything. In the yard. Everything. On the side of the house. Everything. Under the carport. Everything. In the backyard. Everything. And the trailer. I couldn't help but remember the word that God gave us about 10 days. I couldn't help but remember how important it is for you to just be obedient to the Spirit of God. I'm in awe of God, right? Because I couldn't get him to do it. Listen to me, hear me when I tell you. I tried. I tried. It didn't work. But when God do a thing, so I'm telling y'all, we got to stop trying to get people to do stuff and make people see stuff and let God be God. Because if you let God be God and you just worry about you get you on track, you do what you're supposed to do, then everybody else will begin to fall into place and in alignment around you. Like God will just do that thing for you. I'm talking about, listen, people be talking about how you do that there. That's what they'll be talking about. Like they trying to figure out how all this happened. I'm telling y'all that God is faithful to his word. And while you're trying to figure out how you're going to get someone to do something, baby, you better focus on doing what God has called you to do. You better be the example of obedience to God. You better be the example of listening to the voice of God and listening for the voice of God. Because when God does what he does, and he does it all so well, everybody's going to know that only God could have done that. Did y'all hear what I said? Only God could have done that. Baby, listen to me. Only God, only God could have gotten my husband to do that. I'm telling y'all. My husband been doing that for years. He started doing it with his pastor, the man that, ordained him, licensed and ordained him in the ministry. Like, I'm telling you, he looked up to that man so much. That was like his father. Listen, when I tell you that I firmly believe that much of who he is as a man came as a result of his interactions with this man, right? This man of God. And so, him letting go of that, because it's almost like he passed it to him. Like this was his gift to him. That's huge. That's huge. That's huge. That's huge. I was just like, what, God? What? I said, babe, for real? He was like, yeah. Not even, yeah. No. Yeah. So, a solid, yeah. Solid. Oh, yeah. It's done. I'm through. Real? We're going to get the whole yard back? The carport back? The backyard back? We're going to get everything back? He was like, oh, yeah. I'm like, wow, God. Oh, you ain't playing. God ain't playing. Y'all think it's a game? It's not a game, but it's all predicated on our obedience. If you're not obedient, God can't do the rest of what he's getting ready to do for you. Got to be obedient. Hey, Daddy. My husband said everything new. Come on. Lisa, I'm telling you. Corinne said, yes, I'm hearing you. Look. One of the reasons I share so much of my life is so many people will show you the after, right? They'll show you after they come out. But I'm gonna come outside for that. Listen, when it's cleared out, I'm gonna come. I already came out, earlier. So I'm ready. I'm ready. I feel it, baby. I feel it. I feel it. I feel outside in my blood a little bit. I feel it. I feel like I'm gonna be outside. Catch me outside, okay? Catch me outside, okay? Listen, I really, really, with everything in me, want you all to understand that it costs us to share our life publicly. Now, I'm listening to all this stuff about Will and Jada, and everybody has their opinions about Will and Jada and their relationships, but there is a cost to being a public figure. There's a cost. Everybody's going to have opinions about your life. Everybody's going to have opinions about your choices. Everybody's going to have opinions about what you should and shouldn't share, both in your home and outside of your home. So Jada's facing all of this backlash. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Listen, I don't have time to be all caught up in Will and Jada, but I do believe there are some lessons that we can learn from this entire situation, right? It's a lot of lessons that we can learn, because Will and Jada were considered Black Hollywood royalty. That was couple goals, relationship goals. But people don't. That's why you can't make other people's lives your goals, because you don't know what's going on in their lives. Don't try to make me and my husband's relationship your goals, because baby, you ain't equipped to deal with the stuff that we deal with. Listen, make your goal having a godly relationship and allowing God to do what he desires to do in your relationship. If there's anything that you look at when it comes to us and you say, hey, I want that, let it be obedience to God's voice, period. Period. Everything else that you see, everything else that's presented, everything else, don't get caught up in it. Don't get caught up in it. Get caught up in our obedience, and you be obedient. That's it. That's it. We ain't out here trying to be relationship goals. That ain't our goal. Our goal is for our relationship to work. That's our goal. Okay? So I don't want y'all to think that. I don't want y'all to think, listen, even with my grandkids, like you're seeing my grandkids, you see me with my grandkids, and listen, I've been a part of their life since they were born. I was in the delivery room with Brooklyn. But baby, let me tell y'all something. That don't mean that I don't have days where I feel like I'm gonna catch a case. That don't mean that, we don't have challenges. It doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. So you got to know that our goal is to be us and to be real and to be authentic at all times. So we ain't got to put on no show. We ain't got to lie to y'all about us being together. Okay? But we really not together. We ain't got to try to keep up appearances, because our life is our life. Listen, I'm a firm believer in that. Angel number 133. Kareem said, I think respect and honor for one another is the biggest lesson to me. Amen. Amen. Yeah. My baby said, obedience is it. Love or no love, please respect me. Yeah. Listen, and I'm not going to lie. Some of the stuff that Jada has done and is doing, like, it don't sit well with me, but it ain't my relationship. Okay, it don't sit well with me, but it ain't my relationship. It's not necessarily how I would do it, but then they've done a lot of stuff that's not necessarily how I would do it. Like their whole relationship and like that wasn't how I would do it. But it wasn't for me to do it, because it's their life. And when we stop being so caught up in other people's lives and other people's decisions, we can focus on doing what we're supposed to do in our life. Marriage is not easy, and it's not for the faint at heart. And sometimes it works, and sometimes it don't work, or it worked and now it's no longer working for you. Now, look, you got to make a decision. Is this salvageable? Of course, we know God can do all things, right? God can do all things, but are both parties willing to allow God to do all things in them? That's another conversation. That's a whole nother conversation, and y'all ain't ready for that conversation with me, because church folks will be mad at me. But I'm just saying. Angel number 133. I just know God is up to some stuff, and those who are obedient are going to see quick changes in their life. Angel number 133 means you should continue to evolve and transform. Y'all, I just want to throw the phone. Okay? It means you need to continue to evolve and transform. That's what we're talking about. Allow God to transform you and those in your life without you feeling like you got to have your hands in it. Get your hands off. One of the things that I've realized with the girls is I do a lot of hand tapping. I don't stop touching that. Why do you keep touching that? Stop moving that. Leave that alone. That's what God's trying to do to us. Stop touching that. I got him. I don't need your help. Sit down somewhere. Sit down and let me work. Because you can't see the big picture. Oh, God been smacking my hand, my legs, my butt, like pop, pop, pop. I'm like, listen, I'm not going to take too many more licks now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen. If you could see what God is doing and just get out the way. Just get out the way. Trust him with it. Trust him when you can't trace him. Trust him when it don't look like it. Trust him. Trust him. Let me tell you God's sense of humor, right? This is God's sense of humor. You know, we didn't get any more pull-ups. We didn't get any more pull-ups. I was like, okay. I ended up spending more money than I had planned to spend on the girls when I went to get their leotards, right? Because I'm prissy. Okay, I know, I'm prissy. I know. And I'm going to have them prissy too. Okay. So I looked up and I was like, oh, dog. My account low, right? Not YOLO, low. My account low. I said, okay, God, well, you know, we need a few pull-ups anyway. We need a few pull-ups anyway. But last night I wanted some Hungry Howies. Like I wanted a combo sub. So I got a combo sub. And I asked my husband, baby, you want one? You know, he's like, no, I don't want one. I said, okay. Listen, I made that decision when my account was low, not when my account was on full. See, God is going to require you to make some decisions when it looked like, oh, what am I going to do with this? How am I going to navigate this? How is this going to work? God, listen, God, we just, that was nice extra set money. You know, like that was, but check this out. What day was that? A few days ago when I was thinking about it, you know, like it was really in my heart heavy, like you need to let this go. Woman of God reached out to me and she said, woman of God, I don't know what's getting ready to happen, but within the next 30 days, oh, it's getting ready to pop off. I'm telling you, some major things are getting ready to happen. Well, you know, I'm like, well, girl, you know, it's so funny that you said that because I just was talking about, you know, leaving my job. I just made the decision that I'm going to let it go. She said, listen, you're not going to skip a beat. You're not going to skip a beat. In fact, you're going to be more financially stable without that job than you were with it. I said, girl, what? I said, I received that. I believe that too. But God doesn't require you to do things when everything is comfortable. He requires you to do things when things don't make sense. When you know, okay, nobody but God could have done that. Nobody but God could have worked that out. Nobody but God could have, nobody but God. See, I'm clear. Nobody but God. My life is replete with examples of nobody but God. Nobody but God. Nobody but God could order my steps the way he's ordered my steps. Nobody but God. Hey, Kim. Hey, Ross. My baby said, but we can't see that. We can't see. That's why we're supposed to trust him. Absolutely, baby. Absolutely. We have to trust God. Y'all, and I'm going to tell y'all this, and I pray that y'all receive this in the spirit in which it's given, okay? I pray that y'all receive it in the spirit in which it's given, because I'm trying to help somebody today, okay? So look, I love my husband, and my husband loves me, right? And we spend a lot of time together. We spend a lot of time together, okay? And sometimes, it can be a lot, right? Sometimes we get on each other's nerves, y'all. I'm just telling y'all, sometimes we get on each other's nerves, okay? Sometimes we get on each other's nerves. I do stuff that aggravates him. He does stuff that aggravates me. Sometimes we get on each other's nerves. Doesn't mean we don't love each other. It just means that we done got up on each other's nerves. We up under each other too much, right? But check this out. This is the thing that I learned over the past 2 to 3 years. Like for real, like I learned it for real, right? Anything you try to hold on tight to, you're going to lose. Even the word of God says, those who try to save their life will lose it. You've got to be willing to let go and just loosen your chokehold on people, on situations, on things. You gotta let them be. Let them be. My husband loves fishing. So normally on Wednesdays, that's his fishing day. He'll go fishing. I don't tell him you can't go fishing. I want him to go fishing. Go fishing. He ain't even got to bring no fish home. He usually does, but he ain't even got to. As long as he has the opportunity to get out of the house and do something that he enjoys, him, without me. Now, would he take me? He absolutely would, and he's asked me, but I just want him to be able to go and to enjoy himself. Spend some male bonding time. Be on the water, because I'm going to be on the water talking about, I'm cold, I'm tired, I'm hungry. I'm going to be like the kids. He's going to be like, listen, I'm never taking you fishing again. You got to let people, give them space. When you give them space, that's what I'm going to tell y'all. Because those of you who give space, your confidence is not in you and your ability to hold on to somebody, but your confidence is in what God has done in you. Yes, Linda, let it go to get better. And look, if by chance you should lose, angel number 144 and 155, they were back to back. If by chance you should lose that person, if they should leave, if something should happen, that was God's protection mechanism. That was God's protection mechanism. We're trying to hold on to stuff that, listen, I'm telling y'all better catch this. Y'all better catch this. Angel number 144. Signifies that you are called to embrace your spiritual purpose and live in alignment with your soul's mission. You have a chance to focus your mind on creative, positive changes in your life and manifest your deepest desires. It is a sign of determination and hard work. It brings a message that to prepare for your future, you must build a solid foundation. Okay, I'm just saying. It signifies practicality, stability, and success in career and finance. In love, it brings balance and security. Just saying. I'm just saying. Some stuff, you got to let it go. Some people, you got to let it go. I'm telling you, it means you're headed in the right direction. It's the perfect number to represent the start of or renewal of a rewarding and satisfying life and relationship. It's a positive sign of growth and change. My baby said, LOL, my boat ain't big enough to make me leave. All right, Lisa, come on now. Come on. Because I'm going to tell y'all something. Not being clingy is attractive. I'm just telling y'all, not being clingy is attractive. Clinginess is not attractive. And I don't care, male or female, clinginess is not attractive. It is very unattractive. Maybe not to y'all, so let me not say that, because y'all may like clingy. I don't like no clinginess. I don't like no clingy. Yeah, I want to spend time with you, but I don't like no clingy. I don't like feeling like I can't breathe, like I can't move. Like, I don't like that. I do not like that. If we're both focused on our purpose, listen to me. If we're both focused on our purpose, then we ain't got to be clingy to each other. Like, we're going to be able to come together and flow in alignment. But if I'm focused on my purpose, but you ain't focused on your purpose, we got a problem. Because now you're going to be trying to hold on to me and my purpose. What's your purpose? What's your purpose? Oh, my goodness. My husband talking about, what if I'm shirtless? See, there he goes, starting mess. Linda said, I thought if I hold on, it would get better, but it didn't. It ended. All I can say is, but God. Absolutely. Y'all, listen to me. I'm trying to help somebody. This may save a marriage, a relationship. This may be a turning point for you because you finally get it. You finally realize, look, it's not cute. It reeks of insecurity. So don't get caught. It's a trick of the enemy. It's a trick of the enemy that he uses, particularly with people who have fear of abandonment issues. They fear being abandoned. If you've got fear of abandonment issues, you are most likely to be clingy because you don't want to be left. And what I'm telling you is the quickest way to get left is by being clingy. You ain't got to believe me. And you ain't got to believe me. Ask somebody else. You ain't got to believe me. I'm just telling y'all, look, when we look at our lives and we look at our significant others and we look at love, you got to understand that real love, true love, don't do this. True love does this. True love does this. Open arms. True love does this. Jesus spread out on the cross. True love. Arms wide open. True love. Insecure love does this. Insecurity always brings a tightening. And what I'm telling you is your confidence has to be in God, and that God's plan is the best plan for your life. And when you know that, baby, you can open your arms up. See, my husband can go out. He can go. I don't have to be with him. He can look good when he go. I want him to look good when he go, baby. I'm trying to tell y'all. He be like, well, I don't want the women looking at me. I want them to look at you because I need them to know my husband fine, honey. He fine and he mine. He fine and he mine. I want him to look good. I want him to be the best version of him. I want him to show out for God. I want that. So I can be his number one cheerleader. But I ain't got to do like this. And can't nobody touch him. Can't nobody be around. Can't nobody say nothing to him. Can't nobody talk to him. Can't nobody call. I don't care nothing about none of that stuff. That stuff don't bother me. That stuff don't bother me. Now, if I'm feeling insecure, that stuff will bother me. But that ain't about him. That's about me. Insecurity is never about the other person. It's about you. So you got to figure out what in me is causing me to feel insecure. What lie am I believing? Because it's always rooted in a lie. Insecurity is always rooted in a lie. Always rooted in a lie. Angel number 155. Did I read that, y'all? As a message that new opportunities or new beginnings will soon present themselves. It suggests that you deserve some positive changes to take place in your life. It's a message of positive change and growth. Indicates you are a free spirit with free will to make decisions to create your own future. Y'all, come on now. Come on. Take this as a sign from the angels that a positive change is in the works. Do everything you can to align your thoughts with the coming change. Man. Encourages you to maintain focus on your goals, embrace positive thoughts, and have faith in your capabilities. Use your skills and talents to work for your dreams. Weigh your options carefully before you make decisions. All the same, never lose your spirit of adventure. The enemy wants to take your spirit of adventure. The enemy wants to take your willingness to take risks. The enemy wants that. He wants to make you be hyper vigilant. He wants that. He wants you not to believe, not to trust, not to take opportunities. That's what the enemy wants. He wants that, because once he does that, then he knows he's always going to be able to limit you. He wants you to tighten up. And I'm not talking about tighten up and fly right. I'm talking about tense up. Be like, oh, y'all listen, stop it. If you naturally automatically start feeling a tightening, that means you need to work on loosening, relaxing. Relax. I made a decision. I made a lot of decisions, but I made a decision that, I want to live my life in the flow. Like, I want to live my life doing what feels right. Right? I want to live my life like in a place where I'm like, okay, God, what we doing now? Let's go. I want to be free to go with God, free to flow with God. Anything that makes me feel locked down, I promise you, I can't do it. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all, even down to bras. Y'all know how your bra be too tight and you be like, oh God, you can't wait to get out of it. Listen, that's how life is. Life can begin to feel restrictive, like it's holding you back, it's tightening around you, and you're like, I just want to be able to breathe, okay? I just want to be able to breathe. Yes, baby, relax all your muscles. Just relax. Do deep breathing exercises. Do meditation. Meditate on the word of God. Meditate, relax yourself. Y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all that there are some things that we can do to help ourselves get in alignment with God. And when the word says, to pray and meditate on his word daily, listen, it's necessary. Be still and know that he is God. So, how interesting that all of this is happening right before I do the prophetic boot camp. The thing that God had been calling me to do for years, but that I didn't do. Because what? Because I believed lies, that I wasn't qualified to do it, that I wasn't equipped to do it, that people wouldn't listen to me, that I didn't have anything to say. Because last time I checked, I was a prophet's prophet, an apostle's prophet, a pastor's prophet. My mantle is different. My oil is different. And it doesn't mean I'm better than anybody else. But it definitely doesn't mean that I've got to have somebody else to approve of me in order for me to do what God told me to do. Y'all, creating a space where people can be who God has called them to be without feeling like that's inadequate, like that's not enough, they've got to be like you. It's a powerful thing. So many prophets find themselves trying to be like other prophets because they think that that's what they're supposed to do. Listen, now you can call out numbers, addresses, you can call out social security numbers, you can call out all of the people's ancestors, you can do all of that. I'm going to say what God tell me to say. I'm going to do it the way God tell me to do it, and I'm not going to feel bad because I don't do it like you. I'm not. I don't have time. And God needs prophets who will walk confidently in their ability to hear him and be used by him, not being insecure. So if I were to say anything about the boot camp, and what we're going to do is that you'll come out of this boot camp with an incredible confidence in God's ability to use you, just like you are. Not when you perfect everything. See, this is not about you perfecting everything in order for God to use you. God's been using you. If you have a prophetic gift, I promise you, God's been using you. You may not have been using it to capacity, but you've been using it. Whether it was knowingly or unknowingly, you've been using it. There's no way around it. You know, I look at my children, and listen, my children are prophets, baby. My children are prophets. And my daughter Micah, when she was little, she was prophesying. I remember she told me, she said, Mama, you're going to have a baby and it's going to be a boy. I said, girl, if you don't go somewhere and sit down. Next thing I know, God says, you're going to have a baby and it's a boy. And you're going to name him, Adam, because he's going to be the first male in the family not to struggle with alcohol. Notice he didn't say weed. He didn't say that. That girl, we go past the house, and she said, Mama, we should live right there. Angel number 166. We should live right there, Mama. I'm looking at her like, girl, I ain't even got no job, honey. Your mama's homeless right now. How do you think we finna get that? Girl, I ain't got no money for that house. You got some money for that house? 2 weeks later, we were living in the house. And they were walking to school like she said. She said, Mom, we can walk to school from here. Girl, I know, girl. I know. Ava said, amen. He was using me before I realized it and then showed me where and when he did once I accepted who I am. Angel number 177. Y'all see that? Y'all see that? Y'all see that? 166, 177. We have 111, 133, 144, 155, 166, 177. Kareem said, LOL, the other day I told this guy he gonna be in ministry. I have him an assignment to write down all of his work experience and how it aligns with doing ministry. She out here giving people assignments. I love it. I love it. Kareem, who was like, I don't hear from God. How do you hear from God? Kareem, that's the same person. That's the same person. Now she's giving people words and assignments at the same time. Let me look at angel number 177. Y'all, listen. I'm telling y'all, God is serious about us. He's serious about us. And he's serious about wanting us to walk in the fullness of who he's created us to be. Angel number 177 is a powerful reminder that when we stay true to ourselves, use our creativity and trust our intuition, anything is possible. It's a sign that we are on the right path and have the courage to pursue our passions and make positive changes in our lives. It's a message that you're doing a great job and are to be commended for your efforts. It indicates that your prayers have reached the divine realm. It tells you to pray to God to understand how to tackle all situations, tasks, topics, and difficulties. It's a reminder that it's up to you to go after what you want in life. You may be feeling scared or like you can't do it, but do it anyway. It means you should keep going and continue to put your best into everything. It's associated with being strong and courage and self-confidence, bravery, symbolizing spiritual awakening, leadership, intuition. It's confirming who you are. Hey, gorgeous. Right, Donnell. Right. That's your partner right there. That's your partner. Listen, I say all of that to say this. If you've been looking for a place where you can really explore your prophetic gifting, explore what that is, what it looks like. All you may know is that you know stuff sometimes, or you have dreams and then stuff happens, or you have these deja vus, right? That may be what you know, right? But I'm telling you, God has a call on your life. And if you have a prophetic gift, God is awakening the prophets that they might arise. The earth is groaning for the sons and daughters of God to arise. It is time for you to arise. Arise in a safe place. This boot camp is going to be a safe place for you to explore your gift, a safe place for you to exercise your gift, a safe place for you to do the work that you need to do on you, so that you're not out here just randomly wounding people. A lot of the wounds, I believe firmly, a lot of the wounds that people are experiencing in the church, angel number 188, is a result of people not being trained in how to use their gifts and being rejected. A rejected prophet, a wounded prophet is dangerous. So when prophets get wounded, when they get hurt, it affects their ability to effectively use their gift. And so one of the things that has to happen is healing. So there's going to be healing that happens in the boot camp. There's going to be you discovering things about you so that you can get you in order, so that your gift can show up in its purest form. And I'm not saying that it'll ever totally be pure, but it'll be able to show up without the weight of some of your saboteurs that rest upon your spiritual gifts. Do you know that your spiritual gifts are associated with your saboteurs? Like, they're connected. And if you don't understand how that works, you'll find yourself allowing your saboteurs to negatively impact the gift that God gave you for the edification of the body. Angel number 188. Let me see what this is, Jesus. God, you're showing out this morning. Angel number 188. Means you can focus your mind on creating positive changes towards a more balanced life through manifesting. Manifesting is the process of bringing something into reality through your thoughts and actions. It's a powerful message telling of achievement, success, striving forward, progress. It represents abundance, prosperity, and new beginnings. It urges you to celebrate your achievements by rewarding yourself with a nice car, beautiful clothes, or even a trip. It carries a powerful message from the divine realm. It symbolizes manifesting wealth and abundance through the power of positive thoughts. It's a symbol of financial achievement and success. If you manage to get yourself moving in the right direction, you'll be able to get there. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, it's a sign of divine timing and encourages us to stay open. Well, hold on, let me. It's a sign that something significant is about to happen in your life. Oh my God. It's a reminder that you are on the right path and have divine support in your journey. This number appears when we need to take action or make decisions, and its presence can be seen as an encouragement from the angels to move forward with confidence. Y'all, listen, I'm telling you, if you feel drawn to doing this boot camp, do it. Make the decision, because I'm going to tell you what God is going to do. God is going to honor your decision, whatever your decision is. But if you move in the right direction, you're going to position yourself for God to open up things that he's been saving for you, because you weren't ready for them. You're not equipped to deal with them. And so now when you begin to move in the right direction, then God can begin to open up doors for you. Hey, Mardan, how are you? Corinne said, yes, come on, significant. Donnell said, jump. Now, it took a lot for me to decide to do the class. It took a lot for me to decide to do the class. But I'm doing it because I don't want you all to have to go through everything I went through trying to figure stuff out and thinking I was crazy. I remember thinking I was crazy. I was like, Lord, I must be going crazy, because what is this stuff that's happening in my life? But he allowed things to happen so that when people talk to me about it, I wouldn't freak out about it. So, oh, that's the devil. That's the enemy. I promise y'all, listen, God has done such great exploits through my life and through my vocal cords, right? I remember when we had the church in Largo, and a witch had come, like a Wiccan, she had come, and some stuff started manifesting. Stuff started manifesting that was not God, okay? Some stuff started manifesting, and I sent the kids out of the room. And I always, this is how, I always allow God to lead me in how to deal with stuff. And that's what I do. Allow God to lead me. God told me what to do, told me what to pray, told me what to use. He told me all that, right? And I opened up my mouth and I began to speak, but the voice was not mine. It wasn't my voice. My voice was so different that my son Adam, same one I was talking about, said, "Who is that man in there?" It wasn't my voice. It was God's voice speaking through me. God was speaking through me. God has had whole conversations with people in tongues, and they were responding and having a whole conversation. My mouth was moving, but I had no idea what was being said. Literally, God is looking for some people who will allow him to use them. God, here I am. Use me. Use me. Literally. I'm talking about they having a whole conversation. And listen, I know it's God because it ain't my voice. It's not a tongue that I normally speak. It's this whole man voice coming out of me. I'm like, God, people gonna think I'm crazy. And they have thought I was crazy. But I know that it was God talking. And I know he was talking to the spirit of the person and not the mind of the person. When God wants to talk to your mind, he'll speak in English. But when he wants to talk to your spirit, he'll speak in tongues. When he's speaking to your spirit, bypassing the brain that gets in the way, that over rationalizes or is hyper vigilant or hyper rational, he'll speak strictly to the spirit through the spirit. Nobody taught me that. God taught me that. So a lot of the things that you hear me say is divine revelation from God. And I know some people will say, ain't that much divine revelation in the world. They can say what they want, so I don't care what these people say. Because most of them do not have those kinds of experiences because their mind is always dictating what God can and cannot do. And I refuse to try to control what God can and cannot do through me or anyone else. It keeps me from being so quick to judge what God is doing or how God is using someone. Listen, that ain't my business. That's God's business. Angel number 199. Oh, he just finna go through all the numbers, ain't he? He just showing that. Let me see. Angel number 999, 199. Angel number 199. You can focus your mind on manifesting your desires. It's right back there. It's right back there. Angel number 199 wants you to create time to pray for yourself, your family, and everyone around you to receive divine instruction. It can be a sign of prosperity and abundance when it comes to money. It relates to the field of money and personal development and says that it is possible for you to have the desires of your heart. It invites you to embrace change by letting go and creating space for the new. It's time to make time to pray for divine healing for everyone around you, including yourself. Listen. It talks about ending cycles. You may be leaving a new job or entering a new one, leaving an old job or entering a new one, taking on a new relationship, taking on new responsibility, a new business. Listen, God is trying to prepare us for what's going on, what's happening, the shift. And I firmly believe that those who take this boot camp are going to experience massive shift in their life over the 12 weeks of the program. Now, listen, you can choose how you want to enter. You can do the 12-week program with the basic training with the 2 hours for 12 weeks, right? Or you can do the VIP, which gives you those 2 hours for 12 weeks. Plus, you're going to get 6 additional VIP sessions. Plus, you're going to get 3 additional individual sessions. Or all of the above. Absolutely, Kareem. There's a way that you can do it with someone else and get it discounted. Listen, I'm just going to tell y'all though, like if you feel compelled to do it, do it. That's God talking. That's God. God is tugging on you. But whether or not you do it is going to be up to you. Now, I ain't going to be mad at you one way or the other. But I'm going to tell you this. I would listen to God. Okay? That's just my word. Look, I'm getting off here. But I want to say this to you all. And I want you all to hear me clearly when I say this. Don't miss the move of God because you're stuck in the past. You're stuck in guilt. You're stuck in what you've gotten wrong in the past. You're stuck in what you think was you not hearing God. Because I'm going to share something with you. Sometimes we think that we didn't hear God because it didn't go the way we wanted it to go or we thought it would go. You heard God. He knew exactly how it was going to go. And it had to go that way. It had to happen. So stop dismissing things as not having been God or you mishearing God when God spoke and you heard him and you listened. It just didn't end up the way you thought it would end up. That don't mean God didn't say it. Because people are quick to say that, well, if God said it, then you would have still been married. How you know? How you know? How you know God's plan? Because God wouldn't have nobody marry nobody and then have them divorced. I saw in the Bible where the folks got married and then God told them to kill them. Kill your spouse and them kids that you made. Now, I'm not saying that he told them to marry those people because he didn't. But we think that we know what God would and would not do. And we don't. We don't. We don't. We miss it. We miss it. We miss it trying to confine God to our religious understanding, our limited mind, right? God is bigger than all of our thoughts. And that's why I allow him to flow the way he flows in me and through me. Because listen, I'll mess it up. I'll mess it up. Like right now, I'll mess it up. If I do this class based on me, I'll mess it up. But if I let him do the class, I cannot go wrong. I can't. Even if I try to go wrong, I can't go wrong. Because he knows exactly what every person who's going to take the class needs. And he knows exactly how to give it to them. So, look, you guys, angel number 199, again. I love you guys. I love you guys profusely. I love you guys a whole lot. And I pray that you catch what God is doing in the spirit when it comes to you, that you would obey him and that you will allow him to do what it is that he wants to do in you and through you. Kareem said, yeah, these last couple of months finally make sense to me because, honey, they was not making sense to her and she was not happy. Okay? I'm like, girl, listen, all I can tell you what I can tell you, okay? God, I have to do the rest. Thank you so much, Vicky. I appreciate that, woman of God. Oh, I love you too, Kim. Listen, if this word has blessed you and you want to sow a seed, you can sow a seed at Cash App $DRV Johnson 777. Cash App $DRV Johnson 777. If you want to Zelle it, I can give you my Zelle email. You can use my phone number, but I got a new phone number, y'all. So y'all need to know I got a new phone number. It's an 850 number. So if you need that, let me know. What I know is God is about to blow your mind. He's about to do it. And I'm excited about it. I love you guys to life and life more abundant. Have an amazing, incredible, and epic day. Be blessed. Mwah.